Okay, welcome to my channel. Just in case you have not been here before, I am Lee Johnson, and this is my channel. Alright, so here we talk about magic and witchcraft, and all such interesting and good things. Now, I haven't done a What the Hell's Going On show for quite a while, a few months now, so I thought I'd fill everybody in with some various changes that have been happening. I know I've mentioned them here and there, but every now and again I like to kind of talk about everything in one video so that, there's no confusion. Alright, so the first thing is a while back I did start a Patreon, and that is very specific. It's my magical journal, and I try to keep it up as much as I can. I do always recommend that everybody should be journaling. We should be recording what we're doing, so we can go back to it and, check out stuff and, test, experiment, and all that stuff. And you've got to record that stuff. So journaling becomes extremely important in magic and witchcraft. But it's not that easy. For a lot of us, I find it very difficult. But I try to keep up with it as best as I can. And this, in a sense, has forced me to kind of keep up with my own journaling, because people expect to read something. So, at the same time, there are some things that I do take out of the public magical journal, because it's private, it's personal, and there's certain things I cannot talk about. But that's kind of what to expect on Patreon. What I'm focusing on this year is the Boon box. It's a spirit box that I've created for Boon. All of the information's in there, how I created it, there's images of it, the actual work I'm doing with it, the success I'm having with it, any difficulties I might be having, and all of that. Another thing is my own personal studies. This year I'm focusing a lot on dream work, astral projection, not really specifically astral temple work, because that's something I've been doing for years and years and years. More focused on control of astral projection, astral travel, and lucid dreaming, pellucid dreaming, all of that stuff. So I'm going to focus a lot on that this year. Also scrying methods, mostly using a bowl of water for scrying. That's going to extend into spirit work, spirit evocation work, working with the Goetia or Goetia, and all such things. So yeah, that's my main focus this year anyway. Obviously I kind of go off on tangents every now and again, because that's what I do. But those are my main focus. So those are things you can follow along with. That is $5 a month, and as I said, it's very specifically a magical journal. I'm only doing that on Patreon, and it's the only thing that's on Patreon. So, all of the other memberships are on YouTube or Kofi, and those again get a bit more specific. So if you go to the join button on the YouTube channel, you'll see the various memberships there, starting with supporter. And with supporter, what I've decided to do is give everybody early access to the videos. So you'll get those a week in advance, and then everybody else gets it a week afterwards. Every now and again I will do something more specific, like a reading, or some kind of what I was doing before was kind of an audio recording of some kind, whether it was a reading or spontaneous singing, something. So every now and again I'm going to be doing that. I found that I wasn't getting the time. I'm so focused on other things that I kind of started falling behind on stuff, and I'd all of a sudden remember, I forgot to do this for the supporters. So I decided I'll do that every now and again when I get more of a chance, and you get early release videos. Other thing that's just slightly different on the YouTube channel is once a month I'm doing a more in-depth kind of study on a particular topic. Last month was vampirism, so kind of a documentary. I am not an actor by any means or any stretch of the imagination, so if it seems a bit forced or anything like that, just forgive me for that. I'm trying to make it as professional as I can, but maybe I'll get more used to it, and it'll come a lot easier as I carry on doing it. But yeah, a more sort of in-depth look at a particular topic. This month I'm going to be doing puppets, puppet magic. So yeah, look out for that one. Then my personal students, the private students, that's not on any of the memberships. That's completely separate. You'll find that on my website. That is a monthly subscription, $100 a month, and what we do is we meet once a week for an hour on video, and we discuss everything that's going on. I give you specific exercises and specific books to read, and text to read and videos to watch and things like that to keep you going through the practices and the exercises. But we meet once a week, we discuss that, and then you can ask whatever questions you want to. Now, I'm tying this in with what I've called Temple of the Horned Serpent. This is going to be a degree system, and it is very specific training, and it's focused on very much what I, myself, my own path, what the bits and pieces that kind of formed that path for me. So I'm going to be taking you through that training. The first degree, this covers, if when you sign up as a private student, you basically get the first degree training. That will last about a year, and then we go on from there. But that is very much focused on specific exercises that focus on Kundalini, or the actual chakras themselves, raising the energy up from the root slowly. No, we're not going to be doing that in a month or anything like that. That's a slow progression, which helps with your own psychic abilities, your own energetic progression and things like that. We then focus on things like sigil magic, puppet magic. We're going to be focusing on the elementals, building your own worldview, developing your actual compass round. We work on specific rituals, the banishing or cleansing rite that I have, and laying the compass, casting the circle. It's a bit of a mix up there. But all these very specific rituals. We're going to be focusing a lot on the elements and the elemental kings, and a variety of different things are actually going to come into the first degree training. So it will last roughly a year, maybe a bit longer, depends on progress. I don't like to rush people through things. It's better to take your own time, go through it at your own pace, type of thing. So you get the full benefit of it. But that's what's going to happen there. Some private students are being very tied in very much with the Temple of the Horned Serpent. Whether you go through to second degree or not is I can't really say. It's going to rely on several factors. Whether you want to, whether I think you should progress into that, continue with the degree system itself, or if you should go off and do your own thing. This is going to give you a complete foundation. It's going to build a very, very strong foundation for you, and you can run with it. You can, take it and build on it yourself, whatever you want to do, or carry on with the degree system if that's something that we both feel you should be doing or you should not be doing. Okay, so that's totally apart from that. All right, then new services that you should find on my website. I should be doing that when I'm recording this week. So, when you see this, it would have been last week, something like that. Anyway, time's wibbly wobbly. But what I'm going to be doing is custom work, custom workings, custom spell work, and things like that. Now that I'm not going to put a I did it in the past and I put a very fixed price on it, but everybody's working is so different that I kind of took it off because it didn't make any sense. So what I've decided to do is make it an hourly rate. All right. Most workings we do are not going to extend over an hour. If they do, then we've got that hourly thing. So and it will obviously include whatever needs to be done. So I'll first do a divination just to make sure everything's in place and I can actually do the work. If there is any problems where I find I should not be doing the work, I'll obviously give a refund if you've already paid. What I would suggest is just chatting to me beforehand. There's going to be a contact button or a contact form on the actual product page itself, so you can actually contact me first and just discuss what you need doing, and then we'll go from there. So that's going to be an hourly rate, custom workings. What I'm also going to offer, because it has come up with somebody else, and I think it's actually a pretty good thing to keep things flowing, to keep things moving, is either a weekly or a monthly subscription kind of working. So what I'll do custom work for you, and it's going to be either an hour a week or an hour a month. Okay. So that will sort of, allow things to keep flowing, keep the energy moving. If you're working on specific things, instead of that kind of like, do a working and that's it. Fix the problem, and then kind of like, leave it there. Because what often happens then is you need that energy to keep flowing. So you'll do a working, it'll fix the problem. It's a bit like pulling out a weed, actually. You kind of like pull out the weed, problem's gone. But then a week later, the weed comes back. You keep pulling it, Eventually, you finally get the weed out, or it doesn't grow back type of thing because you pull the roots out eventually. But it's a bit like that, Keep the energy flowing. And it may be something you need in your life, you need to work on in your life. And until you can sort of do that yourself, you might need some assistance. That's where I come in with the service. So you kind of taking that on a weekly basis or a monthly basis, depending on the actual thing that needs to be accomplished, but keeping that energy flow going until its task has been accomplished. And all such things. Or you may just need some assistance with a lot of things in your life. Keep those things moving and all of that. So, anyway, the service is there for anybody who would like to take it. And that's kind of it. Everything at the moment is revolving around my own personal practice and YouTube. And my teaching. So that's really, kind of it for what's going on at the moment and what the hell's going on. So if you do have any questions, and also ask Uncle Lee on Wednesdays. I need more questions there. So please throw loads of questions in the comments to those specific videos, so I know that you want those questions added to the list of the Ask Uncle Lee slot. So make sure you add them to those videos, and I will add them to the list. But I need more questions, because otherwise we're going to run out, and then I either have to try and find something else to do, which I'm doing on a Monday already, or just scrap Wednesdays altogether and just have these Monday videos and the Demon of the Week on a Saturday. But anyway, so if you've got questions about magic and witchcraft, throw them into the Ask Uncle Lee videos, and I will definitely add them to the list. All right. And that's it for today and this week. And I'll see you next week with more. Have fun until then. Cheers. Bye-bye.